There is background noise, can't do anything about it, not me. This video is a complete cube. No secret to do. But I'll answer right now. People will get to say, why do you do the corners first? Right? Most people on the bottom there do the middle pieces first and then put the corners in. Yeah? But when you've got to the why I do the corners first, because you've done top surface, but then you've got two sides all the way around, and you're on the bottom layer, which is all messed up. Yeah? But the problem is that as soon as I come down to the first time I'm actually doing the corners or the bottom layer, the first thing I do is look at the corners and put the corners, see which corners need to be swapped around. Right? And then as soon as there may just be two corners maybe in the right place, and two just need to be swapped around. Right? So it's only a one sequence move. And if when I've done that one sequence, if I find just a single corner, or the L, you see the L on it, if I see that, what is the point of going past a move that can put all the four corners in perfectly to try and put the middle pieces in and then do the corners? If the corners are sitting there looking at me, one sequence and they're all in, what's the point of going past that sequence? So I do that, but then I've got the corners, so all I've got to do is the middle pieces, that's it, middle pieces. Just put the middle pieces only, and there's only a few sequences in that. You get the H on the bottom, which is just a simple move, a three sequence middle piece move, and then I get to like the corners. There's a corner that sometimes the H you'll see that is all yellow, and this is different colours, yeah. H, right, yeah. And then I just do the simple middle piece corner, which is a three sequence middle piece corner, where the white, where you put the bit on the top of the cube, yeah, in the back, put on the top and spin it, yeah. That sequence, that's a three sequence move. Then it's just basically that takes the H to the completed surface, and then these two, which are the wrong, and then three bits there, which just need doing with a complete surface, which is how I like it. And then that's just a two sequence move, and you just work out which one's in, and you do the cube. But it's just easier to do it's just pointless going past a corner sequence that is just sitting there waiting to put all the corners all in, to do the middle pieces and then put the corners in. But I can see why people do the middle pieces, because sometimes if you do the middle pieces, the corners are sitting there to be put in on a single move from the middle piece moves. I can do the cube in about 1 minute, 10 minutes, fast as I can do it. But then again, this cube isn't oiled. Yeah? Some of the real fast cubers, this is they use, if you see it on the Rubik's Cube programs or channels, they use Stardust lube, yeah? Stardust lube, and they put the Stardust lube on the cube, and that makes it very fast. So my 1 minute 10 is my fastest time. If I had it oiled, I'd probably be able to move it quicker, 15 seconds probably, right? 10 seconds, 15 seconds, which would bring me under the minute, right? Then, if you do it the middle pieces first instead of the corners, some can do that, but they read the cube. Like when I get to the corners at the bottom, on the bottom surface, I look at that cube as the bottom surface. And I'm like this. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the cube. You don't see the speed. The cubers that do it fast. They don't. They've already how they read that quickly. That's reading the cube before you've even got to the sequence, knowing that the sequence you're going to be in, and you're already into it. I stop and look at my corners, right, the bottom. They've already, so that way it's probably 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds. Yeah? Just looking every so often, looking at the cube. Right? That's probably 10 seconds. That's probably with the oil on the cube, the lube on the cube, and which makes it go faster. And then that's 10 seconds I'll waste it by not having lube on the cube. And then I waste another 10 seconds by looking at the corners, which they don't do. And then how fast they do that, their fingers, I can do it quick enough. But they are that fast. That's probably another 15-20 seconds, that. Because they are both they're ambidextrous almost. They're both it's like a pair of spiders doing the cube. But that's how so that they do it probably 20 seconds faster than I can now, just physically moving the cube. And they do that because they've got the lube on the cube that makes the cube that quick, so that they can do that. So I've probably lost half a minute there between how fast they move the cube and and the lube on the cube. And then the way they do it with the middle pieces is a faster way of doing the cube, if you can do that, but not everyone wants to do it that way. It's like driving a car, isn't it? We've got steering wheel on the right, steering wheel on the left. Some people prefer it. It's just a different way of doing things. So I've probably lost 10 seconds by not doing it on the middle pieces instead of the corners. 10 to 15 seconds. I've probably lost 10 seconds by not having lube on the cube, which mine hasn't got on it. And the sheer how fast they can move that cube when it's lubed. I can't. Even the sequences now, when they slow down, that's why when I do these videos now, I slow the cube down that slow, so that anybody who's never seen a cube can work out the move. Because I know how annoying it is that when these fast cubers, they're that fast, but when they slow down, even the rate they slow down to is still fast for me, and I can do it. That's why I slow it down a lot slower, so almost like, so you can look at and read I try and make it so that anybody can read the move of the cube. Because when you're at lightning fast speed of the cube, you've got to come down and make it that slow so that anybody can look at it. When you're doing these like double fingered moves, double hand moves, even reducing it by half is still too fast for people to take it all in. That's why I do slow it right down, and but it's just the way I as a guide, I put the top. It takes me 20 seconds. It takes me 20 seconds. It takes me 20 seconds to do the surface, the first surface. They've finished the cube by the time I've done the first surface, and then it takes me 20. So I think, as a guide for my time, I know if I'm doing well, is if I've done that, which is 20 seconds, the first surface, and then the two layers, the top two layers, that takes me another 20 seconds. So I'm on 40 seconds for the first surface, and the top two layers, 40 seconds is around 40-45 seconds. Then I put the corners in, which is round about under 20 seconds, right? And probably get to a difficult move like that sequence I've just showed you just now in my last video. Like that. That's a 15-second sequence to do the three sequences. Takes about 15-20 seconds to do those three sequences. So I get to so I've got that's 20 seconds first surface. Top two layers, another 20 seconds. Then to get the situation into a cube, into a situation to difficult move at the bottom, and then I've got to get out of that difficult sequence. That takes about another 20 seconds. So which gives me about 1 minute 20, but I can get it down to about 1 minute 10. Or if the cube falls in the right way, I'm getting 110-ish. But I could actually make the cube faster by doing the lube, which would give me about a minute. And if if I moved the cube as fast as they did, I would be able to do it quicker, under a minute, but 1 minute 10's about right. Excuse me. There you go. Adios.